Hello, everyone. I wanted to start off by saying I adore you, right? I really do. I adore everybody who is on this journey with me because I know what you're feeling, and it just feels so good to be able to connect with you without being right next to you, but knowing and feeling like this sense of comfort because I'm not alone. Because I know that what goes on in our heads is so vast and wide, and it's constantly like almost computing, but natural. It feels natural because this is who we are, but it feels like a computer up there. Seriously, like there is a computer inside. So for being such a natural essence person, grounded, in this day and age, calm, receptive, open to learning from people, places, and things that we wouldn't mind switching lives with. That's a big one. I'm going to say it again. Open to learning and hearing and sitting down and conversing and going back and forth with grandiose ideas and inspirations and thoughts and matters, right? With people who we don't mind switching lives with, or equally yoked with, or aligned with. Okay? I'm going to let y'all run that back as many times as you need to. But I just wanted to say I love you, for starters. As I go through this journey, I'm really understanding, especially with my channel, that it's really like, okay, what is your niche, Elise? I've already realized that I'm not one of those persons that can be tied down to one thing, okay? So I have several niches, okay? I have a lot of hats that I can wear. But I noticed that, okay, if I have to say I have a niche, I noticed that a lot of my videos are about self-love. So I would like to say my niche is really the importance and the involvement and the beauty in living your life and cultivating the love you have within yourself for yourself. Because in turn, it does tie into every single other aspect of your life. How you love your children, how you love your partner, how you love your career. Starts off with how you love yourself. The way that you listen to yourself and consider yourself. The way that you're willing to learn and grow and all these things. That's how I'm able to love my son. I'm at the point with my son where I have to kind of listen to him too. He has his own thoughts, his own dreams, his own aspirations. He has his moments where he does not want to talk and he does want to talk. But guess what? I had to love myself first to acknowledge the times that sometimes I want to talk, sometimes I don't want to talk, sometimes I'm open, sometimes I'm not. I have dreams, I have aspirations, and I have endeavors that I am not, one of my boundaries is not bending those things and being able to be free in those things. So in order for me to even be a good mother to him, a partner to somebody else, I had to literally love myself and respect those things within myself. I bring him up because he's the closest person to me, but even in other aspects of my life, I apply that same fundamental, and that's why I'm so big on self-love. And I could recognize that maybe when things weren't the best, it was usually my self-love was lacking in some way. So through this channel, I hope that you're able to skim through my videos, okay, and really, really, really cultivate and align, not align, but kind of see like, oh, I move the same way. And I realized the same thing that she's talking about. So you can kind of see that you're not alone, okay, in this. And through that, I'm telling you, the conscious creative things that ends up happening from that, the result of that is beautiful. So on this channel, if you've been following me this far, you've mastered the art of getting what you want. Okay, you have mastered the art of even maintaining the things that you have because of the computer in your brain. The computer that has file folders of every encounter, every conversation, every lesson that you've learned. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now or I'm going to do it another day, but I want to do an episode on what the corporate world has taught me. Because I raise my hand to saying I am not into anything corporate. I don't like corporate. I've left corporate a long time ago. But I will say that the person who I am today, especially in my career, I have to give my hats off to corporate for teaching me a lot. Corporate taught me a lot. I ain't going back, but corporate taught me a lot. Even in the exiting of corporate. My exiting of corporate was literally, they built me up so much. They credentialized me so much that when they tried to tell me that you're not going to be anything else other than, like, this is the most that you're going to get. You're not going to find any other place other than here. Are you sure you're going to be okay out there in the world? Basically, like, you're not going to make it unless you're in here. Without realizing it, I knew, and this is for all entrepreneurs, self-made, endeavorists. You guys have been building your businesses up from the ground up, innovating your own new ideas, creating. The difference between us and corporate people is that day that we get that signal, that day that they sit us down in that office that we've been sitting in for 6, 7, 8 years and tell us that we're not going to be anything outside of this building, is the determining factor of someone who is not made for corporate. So that's exactly what happened. Once I started seeing that, okay, I'm no longer aligning to corporate. I can't do what I want to do. Okay? When you're in corporate, especially when you are a creative, you want to create. You want to record. You want to do things a certain way. You want to add your own flair, your own touch to things. And corporate is not like that. Corporate's very A, B, C, D, and E. Follow the script, follow the planogram, follow the end caps, and follow suit. And this is the plan for the projection of the goal year to date, month to month, week to week. Everything's being tracked. Everything's being tracked. And that's great to learn the fundamentals of whatever career-based or whatever subject matter, right? But then you eventually should grow out of that. Okay, so I don't know who needs to hear this, because I know a lot of amazing people that are in corporate. And A, we need the corporations, because I ain't working there. And then we have a bunch of self-made and entrepreneurs that we ain't going back to corporate. So those who love corporate, stay in corporate, because the world still needs to go around. But for those creatives that are stuck in the corporate world, this message is for you. When you know, okay, I'm at the point in my life where I'm tired of having to clock in. I'm tired of getting in trouble because I didn't follow the 7-minute system. Like, after 7 minutes, you're considered late. You know, I'm tired of having to drop my kid off to my grandma's house because I have to follow this 40-hour thing. I can't even elevate in the company unless they tell me I can elevate in the company. I have to sit down for a 50-cent raise, a $1 raise, and be excited because they put my position up by 1 block. Whatever. For entrepreneurs, for, creatives, that stuff drives us crazy. Okay? But it's a good crazy. So if you feel like you're a little crazy, you feel like you're a little bit tired of this video is for you. This is your sign that you need to step out and do what you got to do, okay? Because you're the glue. Corporation is a housing building that is housed a bunch of gifts. The corporation building is a house, a building structure of a bunch of glue. Yes, they have the brain to position and they've done the research and the demographic margin lines and whatever. But the hands, the personality, the greeters at the door, all that is the glue. You know you could be doing that for yourself, right? And there's levels to this. So don't be scared. I wasn't scared. But don't be scared, because I know sometimes it's scary, because when you have that talk around that round table, when they pull you in and they're like, hey, I see that you want to leave. I see that you put in your 2 weeks, but are you going to make it out there in this world? You're not. They will tell you. This is the signal word. Because I'm telling you, every corporation says this. You're not going to make it out there. Are you going to find? You won't find any other place other than this. It's going to be line.